Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the regular council meeting for Monday, September the 11th. Call the meeting to order. Council, could we have a motion to adopt minutes from July 28th special council meeting, August 28th special, and August 28th regular council meeting, please? Councillor Boot, thank you. Councillor Peak, all in favor? Motion's carried. Thank you very much. And we need an approval of the public hearing report from August 28th. Could someone bring that forward, please? Councillor Holmes, would you like to read that, please?
Move that the public hearing report dated August 28th, 2017 regarding 541A Nixon Road be adopted.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Peak, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. None opposed? Okay, motion to adopt tonight's agenda. Councillor, do you have any changes?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Nothing from corporate services.
Okay. Good. Okay, could I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda, please? Councillor Peak, thank you. Councillor Boot, all in favor? Thank you. Carried. Okay, moving ahead to our public hearing. I'd like to call the public hearing to order for zoning bylaw and subdivision and development servicing bylaw text amendment bylaw 2017-28. I will now outline the public hearing process. This public hearing is held pursuant to Section 465 of the Local Government Act. During this public hearing, anyone who believes his or her interest is affected by the proposed development will be given a reasonable opportunity to be heard or to present written submissions respecting matters contained in the bylaws that are subject of this hearing. All information, correspondence, and petitions or reports that have been received concerning the subject bylaws have been made available to the public. Council may ask questions of staff and public, but once the public hearing is over, no new information can be received. Council debate on the bylaw will take place when the bylaw is considered after the conclusion of the public hearing. At that time, any questions of staff will be for clarification only. I will be inviting the public to come forward and present their comments. Speakers are asked to state their name and address for the record. Speakers are encouraged to limit their remarks to 5 minutes and should include all of the relevant information in their presentation. Further opportunity will be afforded for all persons to speak a second or third time once all persons have had an opportunity to speak. So I'd like to ask the Director of Development Services to introduce the proposed bylaw, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As noted, we have a bylaw before council to amend the zoning bylaw. It's a text amendment to remove a section that requires a 10 meter by 10 meter area and replace it with a 100 square meter area for subdivisions of buildable area. This is to allow for flexibility for a variety of different shaped lots we get in the community, as well as to remove a regulation from the subdivision development servicing bylaw, which was contradictory to the regulation in the zoning bylaw. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Do we have any correspondence?
No correspondence, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'd like to provide opportunity for the public at this point. Asking for a first time, is there anybody in attendance who would like to present comments? Okay, for a second time, would anybody like to ask or present any comments? And for a third and final time, would anybody like to present their comments? Hearing none, I'd like to have a motion to adjourn the public hearing, please. Councillor Boot, would you like to read the adjournment notes, please?
I don't see anything here, so I'd like to move to adjourn the public hearing.
Okay, thank you. All in, seconder, please. Councillor Peak, thank you. All in favor? Motion carries, none opposed. Okay, moving forward to delegations. Mr. Conrad.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, councilors. I'm Jerry Conrad, president of the Kettle Valley Railway Society. It's my pleasure to appear here tonight for just a few moments to share some information on how things are going at the Kettle Valley Steam Railway and also offer you an invitation for consideration. We've experienced a good season thus far. Any downturn as a result of the spring flooding and the smoky weather seems to have been less than we might have feared. Last year was a record year for ridership for our railway, and while it looks like we may fall just a bit short of that record, we are on a very positive trend on a rolling year-on-year, 5-year average. We've negotiated all the transition issues from the change in Board of Directors membership and the departure of some staff. We've hired new staff. They're settling in well, and we're continuing on upgrading, training new staff, and recruiting new volunteers. Next slide. And the next one after that, please. Oh, back up one. There you go. While the Kettle Valley Steam Railway is financially sound and robust, there are certain issues which arise from time to time which require extraordinary efforts to address. Our immediate future, the next year or so, sees one of those issues. I'd like to take just a few minutes now to quickly summarize that issue, our plan, and then close with an invitation for you, the members of the council, to join with us as we begin the work ahead. Next slide. Many of you will be very familiar with the Trout Creek Trestle Bridge. This is a true engineering marvel. The time it was built in 1913, and it still stands today as a testament to the skills of Andrew McCullough, the chief engineer of the Kettle Valley Railway, and the engineers and workers who built it. It is the end of our current run if you come along with our train, and taking our riders out on it is a definite highlight of the trip for them. This bridge has required regular maintenance. The Kettle Valley Steam Railway was a major player in very significant rehabilitation efforts which were done to the bridge well over a decade ago. The time has come for another serious work effort to continue to keep the bridge in sound condition. The work is critical to our continued operation. As I said before, it forms a part of our run today. It also forms a key part in any potential future developments which we may well want to contemplate in the next few years. The initial estimates indicate the work will cost in the neighborhood of $600,000 to complete, and we should look to address that work as soon as possible. Next slide, please. Initial engineering studies are complete, as I mentioned. It was from that we got our rough order of magnitude costing. We're beginning to identify and develop fundraising strategies to address this fairly healthy bill. As I said before, our railway is financially sound for the most part. We've been able to be self-supporting based on our rider and customer revenue streams and generous support from governments and local entities. But we're not quite robust enough to handle this kind of one-time large bill. We have to really set aside a special effort here. Our fundraising efforts are being shaped and developed in a framework of local fundraising, seeking grants from appropriate levels of government, and potential supporting agencies, and will, of course, involve the railway and its own operating revenues. We'll be bringing forward more on fundraising efforts to the general public in good time, but in the meantime, as an initial starting point for this overall push, we're aiming to increase the membership in our society to broaden and deepen our base of support. And that, Mr. Mayor and members of council, brings me to the invitation for you this evening. Next slide, please. I'd like to invite all of the members of council here tonight to join the Kettle Valley Railway Society. Your annual membership of $25, and I apologize if there was a miscommunication on the amount, almost immediately will pay for itself, as every membership comes with a voucher for one ticket, which is worth almost $24 face value, so you've almost got your money back as soon as you get your membership card. In addition, as members of our society, you get a 10% discount at our gift shop at the station year-round, and this entitles you to regular correspondence from us in the form of our newsletters, keeps you involved in what the railway is doing. It also opens the door for any of you who'd like to join us as volunteers. And trust me, I do that lots, and it's lots and lots of fun. As a society member, you'll be welcome to attend and observe our regular board of directors meetings. If you don't get enough meetings from your regular job, you can come and join us at ours.
We'd love to have more meetings, yeah.
So I don't think, Mr. Mayor, members of council, it's too hard to push to say the Kettle Valley Steam Railway is a major jewel in the crown of Summerland and surrounding areas. And I hope this is a welcome opportunity for you to show your support for our society and our railway as we launch this major membership fundraising drive. Now, my text here says we have prepared the forms for your signature, but we actually went one step further. We've actually prepared the forms and filled out your cards. So as an article of faith, we'll give you your membership cards in the trust that you'll contact the station staff either on our website or by phone in the next few days and pony up your $25 to activate your membership. With that, Mr. Mayor, I'm open for questions or perhaps a photo opportunity while I hand out the membership cards and packages.
So did you
Thank you
say
for your
you're the
attention.
sheriff of the gang itself?
I'm sorry, sir?
You said you're the sheriff of the gang, and
Well, no, you
This
really
is
can't
a
be the,
hold-
you
this
can't be
is
the
a
sheriff.
holdup, right.
Yes, it is.
sorry, hold on, yeah.
You really can't be the sheriff of the gang.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're the sheriff. Gets the gang,
So
right.
I'm a law-abiding law officer, so I'm using my pistol in this case to hold you up for a good and sufficient
Of
cause.
course.
Are there any questions, sir? Over to you again. Thank you.
No, we're just very, very happy to participate and to see that you're moving forward and taking this task on. I've been well aware of the need for the last at least 2 years or so, perhaps more than that, of your large financial requirements to stay on track, if you'll pardon the metaphor. So, yeah, no, I think we'd be happy to participate.
Right.
So I think, yes,
Yeah,
Councillor Booth.
just one quick question. Thank you for your presentation, Jerry. This $600,000, that's to cover the cost of the bridge
That's correct.
repairs. And then I believe I saw a as soon as possible up there.
Yes?
Do you have something more, well, I guess less tentative than as soon as possible for when you would like to have this fundraising campaign completed to the point where the repairs could get started?
That's an excellent
Like-
question. And what I would hope we will achieve, and, you know, no plan survives first contact with the enemy, an old military expression. But what I hope we would achieve is that we would have garnered sufficient funds by, at the very latest, the end of next season's regular operating season, that we could begin the work. The ideal time for us to do this work, of course, is during our off-season. But it's going to inconvenience somebody whenever we do it, because when we start the work, the bridge will have to be closed. I avoid using the phrase, we're going to have to close the bridge. It's not completely ours to close, but the effort to renovate the bridge is going to require that the bridge be closed. For us, the most convenient time to do that would be at the end of an operating season.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councillor Holmes.
I'm happy to join the society. I'd like to think the council can do a bit more than just join the society to help. Last year at UBCM, we met with the tourism minister and we spoke about that, and we're going to try and do that again this year. Having said that, have you poked the provincial bear at all yourself and to see what kind of heritage maybe funds might be available?
Thank you, Councillor Holmes. I'm not sure that either Mr. Albus or Mr. Ashton would like that referred to, but I have met with both of them, and we have begun to work the various avenues there. So far, to be completely honest, we have initial expressions of support, but nothing concrete yet. But yes, we are pursuing both of those paths. Part of this tonight is to engender that community support, so as we move forward, we have that sense of base.
And I don't know if a trestle can be declared a registered historic site or not, but I'm just wondering if it is, if we could get the province, or if we got the province to declare it a historic site, does that help in terms of getting heritage grants?
Excellent thinking, and imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I've been down that pathway. Interestingly enough, the province has gotten largely out of the business of declaring things historic sites and deferred it down to lower levels of government. They are unenthusiastic about the idea of declaring anything a historic site at their level, but they are content to see us pursue it at lower levels. So that's where we are on that one. I thought that would be an easy road as well, but for good and sufficient reasons that it's not as immediate or easy as you might have thought.
Councillor Barkle.
It's my understanding that the provincial government paid
Richard, could you use your mic?
Oh, sorry. It's my understanding that the provincial government paid millions and millions to rebuild the bridges trestles above Kelowna
Mhm.
when
The fire in 2003, yes.
So you would think that they would maybe contribute to keep the whole system together, and this would be, as equally as important and valuable for them to contribute towards.
I would agree with you 100%. In
Yeah.
fact, initial engagements at the staff level with them have highlighted the fact that this bridge is largely, could easily and should be seen in the exact same context as those, but even more so, because while those represent what an old trestle bridge would have looked like and what an old railroad would have looked like, we are a railroad operating on that bridge. So we bring that history and heritage home even more profoundly than Myra Canyon. So yes, 100% or more.
Set the lid on fire.
It's steel.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. That's right.
Anybody else? Okay, I guess we're ready to.
Thank you for your
do our
attention,
thing.
members. I
Council,
think,
can we have everybody out in front of,
could I have the society members come on up so we can? There's a custodial relationship that we're in. So, their water room. Councilor P. Councilor Trainer. Councilor Barton. Councilor Holmes. Doug. And by the way, Doug. Where's Sean?
Right here.
Oh, that. Sean.
Okay.
Vice President of the open house?
Yeah, yeah.
Councilor Carlson? There's one missing, right. And Councilor Boot. There you go. So there's yours. And if I could just, I'll get behind you.
No, yeah, that's good there. You can-
Okay, fair enough.
Which camera are we looking at?
All of them at the same time. Now, Sean, could I have, could you, sorry. Maybe flashbacks. Could you do a couple?
Sure.
I can use it on
Oh, John, can you do a?
You have to open up.
Yeah, yeah.
I can also email them to you.
Really quite complicated.
Well,
He's the vice president, I expected.
that's what we've shown you going like this.
That's right. Mr. Mayor, members of council, thank you for your.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
That's spectacular. I've taken that ride. That's beautiful. Yes. Okay, guys.
Okay, I guess we're committed now.
yep. Okay, council, we need a motion to receive the presentation, please. Councilor Peak.
Yeah, I sent it to
I will so move that we receive the presentation from the KVR Railway Station.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councilor Trainer. All in favor? Thank you. Motion carries. None opposed. Thank you very much. Okay. Check here. Okay, now's the opportunity for the public to make any comments they wish to on highlighted items in the agenda for this evening. So if anybody would like to come forward, and you have 2 minutes to present your comments. Anybody like to come forward? Okay. Thank you. I guess we're moving on to my report. Is my report for tonight. We have had another extraordinarily active time in the last 8 to 10 days, with the Finley Creek fire threatening parts of Summerland, Peachland, and adjacent areas of the RDOS and Cord. Our CAO, Linda Tynan, and her staff have been very busy with all aspects of coordinating with the BC Wild Service, the RDOS, and maintaining updates for the public. An area of concern was the maintaining of access for Garnet Valley residents. Work was temporarily stopped on Garnet Valley Road work on that project to ensure access and egress for the residents. I'd like to thank our CAO and her staff and our volunteer firefighters for another excellent response to a community emergency. I'd also like to thank John Topham and the ESS team for doing their job so well. In addition, I'd like to thank all the neighbors in affected areas for their cooperation and the help that they gave to each other. The rain we had this last weekend was helpful, but by no means made a significant difference in how dry conditions are in the Okanagan. Unfortunately, a large percentage of the fires are man-made, so I urge everybody to be especially careful as we have another few weeks to go before this fire season is over. CAO.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just to follow up a couple things there. Staff does appreciate your comments, and I think that sometimes it's not recognized how much impact events like the flooding and the fire have, or the wildfire have on every department in the organization, whether it's works and utilities crews out there working with BC Wildfires to get their camp set up at the park, or the fire department protecting the homes that were threatened, or our municipal staff, hall staff that have a whole lot more paperwork and issues in keeping the communication going. So I really am, for a small organization, our staff does an incredible job of stepping up and when these are faced. And Glenn Noble really needs to have a special mention in that in each event, he is our coordinator. He works as the direct communication with RDOS and has been doing just a really outstanding job with that. Over the weekend, this weekend, we did remove the 2 evacuation orders that we had on, and we removed all of the evacuation alerts on the 29 properties that were on Garnet Valley Road. The 2 most northern properties, the one on Garnet Valley Road and the one on Meadow Valley Road, remain under evacuation alert. The state of local emergency is, we have kept it on. We'll discuss it each day. And the main reason for that is it just gives us the ability, if there was a sudden change with the fire, to do a road closure. With Garnet Valley Road being the primary access in, and the firefighting personnel, that's why that state remains on. They do consider it, I believe it was 65% contained today.
That's
so
what it was this morning.
Yeah, so it is going well, and as Mr. Mayor mentioned, the construction project resumed today on the Garnet Valley Road because we still would like to try and get the project finished this year. And had we not been able to allow them to start again, there was the chance that they were going to go to another job and we might not have seen them back till next year. So the timing, I think, will work out, but they won't be blocking at any time both lanes for any extended period of time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to correspondence. Council, is there anything in particular that you would like to bring? Oh, sorry. We had some unfinished business. There was a resolution from this morning.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council met this morning for a committee of the whole meeting, and the following recommendation, Council needs to consider the following recommendation, which is that BC Transit be requested to survey transit users to determine the impact of amending transit schedule to shift the Summerland Penticton 2:40 p.m. bus to 3:10 p.m. to accommodate high school students, and the Penticton to Summerland trip, which would shift from 5:15 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.
So just I'm just going to give you a brief summary. So as council's aware, that's the discussion that occurred with Mr. Prezero from BC Transit in our committee of the whole meeting. It was a petition that we received over the last couple of years from the high school students asking about a bus availability at 3:10 instead of 2:40, so they could catch that bus into town. The question from BC Transit will be whether or not that shift that it causes at 5:15 to 5:30 coming in, whether or not we would lose riders. So BC Transit, if council passes this resolution, will embark on a survey of users quickly and make that change relatively quickly if there's nothing unusual found.
Okay, would somebody like to bring that resolution forward, please? Motion forward. Councillor Holmes, seconder, Councillor Peak. Okay, any further discussion? Okay, I'll just add something. I think it was brought up this morning that this sort of relatively small shift in timing might actually make a very large difference in students' accessibility. And the only real question, I guess, is on that 5:15 to 5:30 shift, is that going to inconvenience people very much? And I think it was felt that hopefully that their consultation would show that that wouldn't be much of a problem, because it's a 15-minute shift. It's not a 45-minute shift or anything like that. So I think the possibilities of that becoming a reality are probably pretty good, but BC Transit has to go through the process to determine in proper consultation. So, okay, all in favor? Okay, motion carries, none opposed. Thank you very much. Okay, we're on to correspondence, item 10.1. Is there anything anybody would like to bring forward, please? Councillor Peak.
Yes, I wonder if council would like to take the opportunity for the next council to bring forward a motion regarding the National Airlines Council of Canada letter. They speak about that there is consideration for the for-profit privatization of Canadian airports. And I think that can be quite detrimental to servicing across Canada. And I'm wondering if council would like to have that brought forward for discussion and consideration at their next meeting.
It's probably a good idea. Don't see why not.
If we could put that on the agenda for the following meeting, that would certainly be appreciated.
Okay, there's another item that I would like to bring forward, since nobody else mentioned it so far, and that's the Green Communities Committee Award. That we are in a position to have been recognized by the Green Committee of British Columbia, that we are now, as a charter signatory, we've achieved level 1 and level 2 recognition and demonstrated significant climate action, corporately or community-wide, to reduce GHG emissions for the 2016 reporting year. So we've been awarded level 3 recognition, accelerating progress on charter commitment. In recognition of Summerland's significant achievements, the GCC is very pleased to provide us with the Climate Action Community branding for use on websites and letterheads. An electronic file with the 2016 logo will be provided to our CAO. Also enclosed is a BC Climate Action Community 2016 Climate Leader window decal for use on public buildings. So congratulations are coming from the committee to us for that achievement, so I think that's a feather in our cap to move ahead on that. So I think that was a good thing. Anything else that anybody would like to bring up? Okay, can we have a resolution to receive the information items, please, or a motion forward? Councillor Peak? Councillor Barkwell, thank you. All in favor? Motion carries, none opposed. Thank you very much. Okay, we're moving ahead to 11.1. Mr. Strachan, Development Services Reports.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The first report we have here is a development variance permit. The variance permit is to reduce the front yard setbacks for a vacant lot in order to construct a home. This is the last of the lots within this strata to develop. The adjacent lots have developed in a similar format. Most recently, in 2015, council granted a variance to allow for an adjacent, 2016, to allow for an adjacent strata lot to develop in a similar format as well. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Is the proponent in the audience? Would like to speak to it? Okay, hearing not. Is there anybody in the public like to speak to this? Okay, is there any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any questions of our planner, Council? Councillor Peak.
More general question, if I might, to Mr. Strachan. Dean, the zoning bylaw was updated. Who does the zoning updating? Was this done by us or by the province?
We last updated the zoning bylaw with amendments in 2015. Previous to that, I'm not sure when the original zoning bylaw would have been adopted. It was many years ago.
But the municipality adopts and amends your own zoning bylaw, not the province.
My question being that this was thought to simplify the process, I guess, and I wonder if in fact that has done that.
This is a housekeeping item that's been identified and is on our list. We're proposing to bring forward this fall a series of housekeeping amendments to the zoning bylaw. The intent was to create an area in front of garages for parking, for additional vehicle parking on every driveway. Unfortunately, the ripple effect is that it was applied to all zoning districts, not specific zoning districts. So existing stratas like on Cedar Avenue, as well as this one on Sinclair, require a variance for each house if it's to be built in the same format as their neighbors.
Okay. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you very much. Okay, any other questions? Someone like to bring the motion forward, please? For 11.1? Councillor Traynor?
I'll bring forward the motion as presented
Okay, thank
to
you.
be
Seconder,
approved.
please. Councillor Holmes, thank you. Okay, all in favor? Motion carries, none opposed. Thank you very much. Mr. Strachan, 11.2.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This development variance permit application is for 11612 Adams Avenue. This variance application is to allow for a carriage home to be constructed on the site. The proposal is to retain the existing house as well as the existing garage and build a new dwelling in the front yard area of the property. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. So is the proponent in the audience to speak to this? Go ahead. Come up to the mic if you'd like to, sir.
If he wants to.
I don't know what I'm supposed to speak about, but.
No, if you wish to speak to it, you can. This is your
All
opportunity.
I'm asking to do here is basically have a 5-foot variance in the front towards the road and keep my existing 900 square foot house at the back after it's all said and done.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, well, if there may be a couple of questions, it's hard to say.
Okay.
Anybody from the public like to speak or have comment on this? Okay, none. Any letters?
No correspondence.
Okay. Council, any questions on this? Councillor Booth.
Mr. Strachan, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Strachan, on the aerial that we have in our agenda, it looks like there's another building close to Adams Avenue, or looks like another structure there, but I don't, do you?
On the air photo, you'll see
Yeah.
that there's the existing home as well as a garage, and it appears to be an RV parked in the driveway.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, good, thank you.
Okay, next, Councillor Peak.
Yes, Mr. Strachan, this really does appear to be a minor variance in terms of the retaining the older home as a carriage house. And what's the difference between one and the other?
So the variance is to allow for the existing home to become a carriage house. So the difference is 24 square meters, so 240 approximate square feet.
And this is the kind of densification that we've kind of hoped that people would be able to do, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Strachan, I actually thought there might be more in your explanation. I think in our text refers to the variances at least on the size of the carriage house. Are we dealing with that yet? It's the same. We're on the same one, aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what you're referring to.
Just that the difference, I guess, is once you reach that square footage, we need the variance to be able to accommodate the size of the existing house.
That's correct. So
Yeah.
it's not proposing to add additional spaces to sanction the existing house as a carriage house.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I think that's fine. Thank you very much. So, Counselor Peak?
I'll bring the motion forward.
Okay, thank you.
This is for a development variance permit to reduce the required front yard setback from 6.0 meters to 4.0 meters and increase the maximum gross floor area from 60 square meters to 84 square meters.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Counselor Boot, thank you. Any further discussion? I guess I found this interesting because of looking at the size of the existing house. And this is essentially a variance because of the size of the house. It's not somebody actually wishing to have a larger carriage house, which we've run into before. Okay, that's why I kind of asked that question, because we're making a special case for an individual who already has an existing house, and so it works as far as we're concerned in this case. Because we have actually made some comments in the past about the size of carriage houses in the allotted area, right? Okay, all in favor? Oh, Councillor Trainer, sorry.
I just have one quick question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Strachan, what is the difference like between the two buildings? I'm just wondering, like I know one will become a carriage house, but is there like a legal difference between the two, or just
Yeah,
what they're
so
labeled?
The proposed dwelling becomes the primary house for the
Okay.
property. The existing house, which is currently the primary house, becomes the accessory building and becomes a carriage house in order to have accommodation. So in order to meet our regulation, they would have to reduce the size of the building, so remove part of the building. So the proposal is to retain the existing house as it stands today, not proposing any addition to it, at 84 square meters, and the variance to our regulation, which says you can't be bigger than 60.
Right. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, all in favor? Motion carries, none opposed. Thank you very much. Mr. Strachan, 11.3.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a development variance permit for 5505 Butler Street. The application is to reduce the parking, or not require, actually, vehicle parking and loading spaces for a change in use to an existing heritage building. So the church site had religious assembly as its use previously. There's now a new purchaser of the property who's retaining it in its current state. The site doesn't allow for parking to be developed on site, and our bylaw requires that if you change the use of a property, you must meet the current regulations for the zoning bylaw. So they've asked for a variance to that regulation. It is noted that the use previously as a church held functions and so forth, and our Public Works has not previously received any complaints about parking within the area. In order to develop parking on the site, they would need to modify or alter the heritage building, which is a significant value in the community. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Is the proponent here, would like to speak to this at all? No? Okay. You're here? Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, anybody from the public like to speak to this? Okay, we had any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Correspondence. Okay, council, any questions of the planner? Hearing none, would someone like to bring the motion forward, please? Councillor Peak.
I'll bring the development variance permit application for the Butler Street property forward to not require vehicle parking and loading spaces for a change in use to an existing heritage building be approved.
Thank you. Seconder. Councillor Trainer, thank you. Any further discussion? Councillor Holmes.
Just that for many people, I think yoga is a religious assembly, so we're not really changing the use. But I would just like to thank the proponents for buying this property and bringing it back to life and doing what they're doing. It's absolutely amazing.
I guess for a tall person, that's not much of a reach, is it? Councillor Peak.
Yeah, I have to say that the community at large is extremely pleased to see this property retain its heritage value and have the opportunity for the community still to participate in it as a public space. And the enhanced value is just amazing. So thank you again to the proponents, and thank you to the community for supporting it, because I'm sure that's what they will do.
Okay, we have a seconder. All in favor? Thank you. Motion carries. And opposed. Okay, we're moving ahead to... Did we miss the hug? Okay. Staff and other reports, 12.1. Okay. CAO?
The first one is the petition.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is just for council to receive the petition that was submitted at the last council meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, council, would someone like to bring that motion forward, please? As presented, perhaps? Councillor Booth?
Should we read it? That the additional 5 pages of the petition to stop the rezoning of agricultural land at Banks Crescent be received by council.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Peak? All in favor? Thank you. Carries. Okay, CAO 12.2, doors open Summerland.
Right, so as we discussed in this early spring, Councillor Doug Holmes and other Summerland residents are organizing Doors Open Summerland, and council did want the district or the municipality to participate. So the purpose of this report is to list the 6 facilities that we will be participating on September 23rd for Doors Open. And some of them are guided tours, which you'll see in your notes there, and some of them are Aquatic and Fitness Center and the arena will be open, but the municipal hall, the fire department training center, the water treatment plant, and the wastewater treatment plant, they have tours twice during that day, guided tours through the facility. So we're hoping for to have good attendance at that.
Thank you. Councillor Holmes, would you like to bring that forward?
Sure.
Just to bring it.
You're speaking to your microphone.
Well, I got to find what I'm reading first.
It's just to receive the report.
Just to
Okay,
receive
I
the
move that
report.
council receive the report from the CIO dated September 7th, 2017 regarding Doors Open Summerland for information.
Seconder, please. Councillor Booth, thank you. All in favor?
Can
Anyone
I
speak?
just clarify something? They're actually, the arena and the aquatic center will be doing tours as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry, I
so
should have
so
said
there will
that,
be
yeah.
tours. And I just want to say, we originally asked if 4 different places, municipal buildings would be involved, but we came back with 6, and so we really appreciate that. And we're actually up to 30 different places altogether that will
Oh,
be
really?
participating, so
Good.
it's going to be quite good.
Okay. All in favor? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Okay, 12.3. On to, pardon me? Dean, yeah, I know. Mr. Strachan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The report before council is OCP amendment and rezoning for 13610 Banks Crescent. It's an update report. Attached to it is some letters received from the applicant, the Lark Group, outlining their efforts, as well as providing council with a series of reference letters that they wish to present to council. There, also, we received from Freshwater Fisheries Society of BC a letter on Friday. It unfortunately, it was too late to make this agenda. However, it will be a part of our next report. That letter included their continuing concerns with the application and not supporting the application as it stands today. But they have clarified, we called them to confirm they are willing to explore the alternate option that's been provided, with the caveat that there is third-party professional verification of the various components. So we're going to continue those conversations. I spoke with Kyle from the hatchery this morning, and we're going to meet tomorrow and discuss how that's going to proceed further. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions from Mr. Strachan? Okay, could we have a motion to receive, please? Councillor Peak?
I'll bring the motion to receive the report from Development Services.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Booth? Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Motion carries and opposed. Thank you very much. Moving on to 13, any new business? There's nothing there. Okay, moving on to 14.1 bylaws. Is that Jeremy? Sue.
This was the
That's right.
bylaw concerning the public hearing that you had earlier in the evening.
Okay, Mr. Strachan.
This is third reading for the bylaw for a text amendment to the zoning bylaw as well as a subdivision servicing bylaw regarding the regulation for buildable area during subdivision. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Councillor Holmes.
I'll move that zoning bylaw and subdivision and development servicing bylaw text amendment bylaw number 2017-028 be read a third time.
Okay, seconder, please. Councillor Trainer, thank you. Any discussion at all? Okay, all in favor? Motion carries. Thank you very much. And opposed? Moving on to 14.2.
This is up for adoption for the dog owner
Okay.
bylaw.
So moving forward, would someone like to bring that motion for adoption forward as presented, please? Councillor Trainer?
I'll bring it forward as presented.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Peak, thank you. Any discussion on this? Okay, all in favor? Motion carries. Thank you very much. And opposed? Into 14.3.
Mr. Savetsny.
Oh, right.
Are you
Okay,
doing all three, or?
that's a tough night. Go
Thank you,
ahead.
Mr. Mayor.
All right. CFO.
Yeah.
That's
Director
easy.
of Finance.
Director of Finance.
So the bylaw amendment in front of council this evening stems from discussions around the permissive tax exemptions at the August 28th council meeting. So council will recall that 3 churches had been identified as having lands in excess of what was needed to perform their services. As the original bylaw only exempted these 3 properties for the 2017 fiscal or calendar year, a bylaw amendment is required for 2018.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Councillor Peak.
So this, we did extensive discussion on this before, so it's an exemption for only 1 year. There's no opportunity to make it for more than 1 year.
During the discussion, a year was chosen just to give staff the ability to have discussions with the property owners and bring a resolution or bring some recommendations forward to council for kind of long-term clarification.
And thank you, David, I appreciate that. And if I might, is this something they have to apply for, or do we send something as a letter of contact before it comes to us?
We will be contacting these 3 properties.
Thank you very kindly.
Do you have any comment? Okay, council, any other questions? Okay, you can bring the first 2 motions together and then a separate motion for number 3. So would someone like to bring the first 2? Thank you, Councillor Booth.
That permissive tax exemption 2017 places of worship bylaw amendment, bylaw amendment bylaw number 2017-029 be introduced and read for a first time and a second time.
Okay, thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Barkwell, thank you very much. Okay. All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Okay, the 3rd section. Someone like to bring that forward, please? Councillor Trainer.
I will bring forward the 3rd motion as presented.
Okay, thank you. Seconder. Councillor Barkwell, thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Motion carries. None opposed. Thank you very much.
May I just ask one question?
Go ahead.
This is a process question. So it'll come back for 4th and adoption at our next council meeting?
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay. Councillor reports. Brief councillor reports. Starting with Councillor Trainer.
Pressing up for time.
Pardon me?
Because we're pressed for time?
No, actually, council reports are actually supposed to be restricted to councillors' relationship as liaison to the committees.
Okay.
And they usually report on those committee activities. If you didn't have a committee meeting, then there'd be no report. So anyway, carry on.
I don't have anything committee related, but I do have permission to announce Councillor Erin Carlson's news. She gave birth to a baby girl on September 5th, and her name is Elsa. And Erin gave birth to her at home, which means that Elsa will have a birth certificate that says Summerland. And that is very rare because most people go to Penticton now to have babies. So yeah, they're both doing really well, and I visited them last week. So she said to say hi, and we have a new member, or a new resident in Summerland.
6 pounds, 5 ounces.
Yeah.
We grew the population.
Yeah, just
We did, by one.
by one. Okay.
I was gonna say, maybe you guys didn't, but-
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't know whether to do it. Counselor Barkle.
No committee meetings this week.
Thank you. Counselor Boot.
Am I not to speak of anything other than committee meetings?
That would be great.
Well, I did want to mention a couple of things. Neither of them are related to committee meetings.
I'll let you go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention that we had a very successful second annual Feast of Farms, September 9th at Dickinson Family Farms. And I just wanted to throw out a shout out to a number of outstanding sponsors, the BC Real Estate Foundation, Summerland Credit Union, ET2 Media, Ogopogo Tours, True Grain, Local Motive Food Delivery, Bottleneck Drive, and as volunteers for the first time this year, and perhaps following years, the Summerland Royalty came out and volunteered at the event, and it was fabulous to have them there. The only other thing I wanted to mention, and this is important too, is tomorrow morning from 6 to 9 is the United Way drive-through breakfast at the Penticton Lakeside. It's a very worthy fundraiser, and it's a big campaign for them. I think they have all the volunteers. I'll be out there at 6 a.m., and I'd like to see you drive through on your scooter again, Mr. Mayor, as you did last year. Thank you.
Thank you. I knew there was a reason why I wanted you to restrict your comments. Counselor Holmes.
Okay, as the council liaison to the Arts Council, I would like to congratulate the Arts Council for a successful season of Wednesdays on the Water, which this year was Wednesdays in Memorial Park. So rather than the acronym WOW, it's the acronym WIMP, W-I-M-I-P. That's what they call it. I once played in a weekend improvement players hockey league, and it was called the WIMP League. I don't think it was quite the same. But anyways, Wednesdays on the Water, or Wednesdays in Memorial Park this year, had an attendance of over 2,000 people over the 9 nights of Wednesdays on the Water. That's an average of 230 people per show, and 3 of those shows topped 300 people, so it was incredibly successful this year. And I'd also like to, as the Riga Festival Society is a member of the Arts Council, I'd like to congratulate the Riga Festival Society for putting on an absolutely incredible festival this year. The talent was, I'd say, higher than last year, and it was pretty high last year. And the support that that we got from the community, I think most of the audience there, realized they were witnessing something special, and that they were very lucky to be there. And this is a really grassroots festival, but it's well on the way of becoming a nationally renowned festival, I believe, which is good for Summerland in many ways, not least of which such festivals attract visitors, and visitors spend money, which is good for the local economy. And I'd also like just to put out a thanks to the more than 40 volunteers who worked on that festival to make it a success.
For sure. Excellent. Thank you very much. Counselor Peak.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I would hope that remarks don't have to be just to liaison committees, because I think there's very few opportunities for councillors to be able to commend the community on the work that it does. So I would like to reinforce the remarks by our Councillor Holmes regarding the Riga Festival. The workshops were amazing, and the response from the public was wonderful. The theatre trail was an interesting innovation, and that was like 15 minutes theatres in various places, and that's kind of an unusual way to do it. I would also like to mention that as liaison to the KVR railway system, they have been doing a lot of work on future planning and opportunities, as evidenced by their presentation here this evening, so I want to commend them on the work that they're doing. I was fortunate enough to be the representative for the mayor as a stand-in at the Apple Valley Cruisers car show, which was held in Memorial Park on Saturday, and although those that enrolled to actually bring their cars this year was down a little, which means they won't get quite as much money to distribute to their various charities. It's a very enthusiastic group, and they're As you well know, there were wonderful cars there, and it was just a really good day. I took my grandchildren. It was raining in the morning. The tables were wet with water, but everybody ate well, and my grandson kept serving orangeade to various people. It was a good morning.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is an opportunity for the public to have any, if they have any comments, would like to come forward, please.
Mayor and Council, staff, Orv Robson, 6708 McDonald Place. A couple of questions. First of all, we had a report on the benefits of the Banks Crescent development tax-wise to the taxpayer in Summerland several months ago. And prior to that, we were advised that we would receive information on the cost to the taxpayer of this development. We haven't seen that I'm aware of, and I'm wondering when we will have the opportunity to have that provided to us.
Council is still waiting for the work from engineering, from our Works and Engineering Department to be able to come up with those costs. So that's one of the things we're significantly waiting for, and we're hoping next council meeting. So once the work is done on, the requirements for the road upgrades or the sanitary sewer or the impacts on the electrical system, that's when they can look at the costs involved. But until they have that, the financial work can't be done any further. But it's a big piece.
Okay. And Mr. Mayor, I last time I was here 4 weeks ago, I commented on a development that you had mentioned in the mayoralty race in 2014. In November, you indicated that there was a complex of 319 units being proposed. You told me that we all received that information as councillors. I can't find that information, and I'm wondering if you could provide it for me.
Yeah, that information came from our planner at the time, and it was a compilation of a number of units throughout the community. I understand you were trying to make a link between that comment at the time and something to do with the Banks Crescent, as if I knew something about that. There's absolutely no way I could have known about the Banks Crescent development at that time. Nothing came forward to anybody in the community, as far as I know, until we were well into our own term.
Yeah.
So I'd like to clarify that. Certainly there was a lot of numbers about the number of lots, the number of potential units in the community, and depending upon where you wanted to go with that, you could come up with various numbers.
Well,
and there was absolutely no link because
it seems
it
strange,
wasn't
though,
even
Mr.
proposed.
Mayor, that number of 319 units kind of reflected favorably on Lark's initial proposal in May of 2016 of 320 units.
Yeah, it could be.
So we're one off.
Yeah, that could be, sir, but if you relate back to the election was in the November of 2014, you're talking about something that happened in the spring of 2016?
Yeah, May of 2016. Yeah.
I can't think if there was any link at all. You and I both, as councillors at the time, would have known something about it.
And I've checked with the other councillors, the mayor and the administrator. They had no knowledge of that 319 figure.
Okay. Well, you'd have to go back, as I remember, I did delve into numbers with our planner to determine what the potential was for the community, as I was the one opposed to the development that was being discussed at the time, and that was the land swap. And I was trying
That wasn't a development.
I was trying to ascertain what number of units and lots would be available to counter the argument that you folks were making with regard to the need of requiring residential lots on farmland. And there was, with the numbers I got from our planner at the time, and I do have the records, I did keep a file system.
Yeah, if you could provide it for me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I can if you like.
Yep.
But there's absolutely no way in a time link relationship that I could have known anything about it. Absolutely none.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely none, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Barbara Robson, 6708 McDonald Place. I too add my thanks to our firefighters, to the BC province, and to councillors and all the staff that work so hard to keep us all safe. Hopefully, we're at the tail end of that. Further on the question of Banks Crescent rezoning, just curious, will Lark's show of support survey that's on the public website now be held to the same standard of keeping names and signatures to Summerland, local only?
I'll let our CAO respond.
It's up to council as far as how much weight they want to put into any materials that come. This isn't the petition, it's letters that they're coming. At this point in time, in some of their documentation, they mention that they're confidential and they're not releasing names. We would say to council, if you don't see the names, if you don't know, if it's not verified, how much weight are you going to put in it? So that will be for each councillor when they start to debate the matter and look at how they each feel about it. Once there's a resolution on the table, they will have to take that into account and determine if they don't have the information, if they just have something with a number, then
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, it wasn't about the letters of reference that is also on the website where we see from the Mayor of Surrey, etc. Their letters of reference. It was strictly the show of support survey. So thank you for clarifying that.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Donna Wall, Latimer Avenue. I actually heard some very happy news tonight that our historic Methodist Church, I believe it was, will be getting to stay the way it was, certainly on the outside, which is awesome. And there was also a mention of updating the list of heritage homes, I believe about a month ago by Councillor Peake. And I can applaud doing that too. On the current list of heritage homes, there is only one house that is actually protected under heritage status, and that's the house of George Rieger, and it was built in 1939. But what many people don't know is that on the steepest part of the Red Zone Cliffs at the end of Faircrest Avenue is a Samuel McClure designed home that sits magnificently there, and it's Faircrest House, and it was built in 1917. We also have a second Samuel McClure building, which is the Bank of Montreal, also built in 1917, and the Faircrest House was the bank manager's private residence. Summerland is actually quite unique in that we are one of only 3 towns that have more than one Samuel McClure designed building. The other 2 towns are Victoria and Vancouver. On the way to Banks Crescent, you are also passed by the Ralph White home, otherwise known as the Solly B&B on the corner of Solly and Latimer Avenue, and that was built in 1915, and Dr. Lipset's house, which was built in 1904. But there's also a beautiful house that Lark wants to demolish in order to make their entranceway. That house was built in 1920, and this is the home of one of the Okanagan's best watercolor artists, and has been for many decades. I believe this home really deserves some recognition too. And I'm wondering, is it worth, or is a partial Lakeview of a mega centre for seniors going to be worth demolishing part of Summerland's history? I think that's really important to think about. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else like to come forward? Okay, hearing none. Any questions from the media, please? Susan.
Yes, I do. I had a question somewhat similar to Mrs. Robson's, and it has to do with Mr. Kawashi's letters of August 25th and September 7th. in which he says the supporting documents will be submitted in confidence. And I asked Mr. Strachan about this at the end of the last meeting, and he said that they could not be submitted in confidence. And yet, from what I understood from what you said, is that since this material has been accepted, is that true?
We have not, from my understanding, I'll just clarify it with staff, we have not received the letters. We've just received the numbers. What we've told them is when they do submit the letters, if asked for to be public, they would be made public. They wouldn't be protected under the protection of privacy. Under freedom of information, they would be available. So we've told them that they can't be submitting it to us and expecting us to hold them in confidence.
So anything that's submitted will in fact be public?
If it meets the criteria, so, and a letter just supporting a project would absolutely be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the names would have to be associated with it. I mean, it's not an anonymous letter.
That's right.
Good, thank you.
Okay, any other questions, John? Okay, thank you. Okay, council, I'd like to have a motion for adjournment, please. Councillor Holmes, Councillor Boot, thank you. All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.